Welcome to the Iron Breed podcast. My name is Austin, and here again with me today is Gerard.
What's going on, everyone? How y'all doing today?
We are tired, but we are good.
That's the start. Hashtag we are tired.
But that's why today it's Mindset Monday, and we're coming at you with some real stuff. Quitting when the going gets tough. You know, when the going gets tough, that's when the tough get going. Something like that. I think that's how it goes, isn't it? I feel like that's
It's
the quote.
easy to not have that mindset when you're feeling dog tired and you're feeling burnt out. But yeah, today's mindset topic is keep going. Quitting is only going to make you feel worse, and that's tough. That's a hard one to do. We've touched on it briefly in some other talks on here, but when you're really feeling the weight, the pressure of responsibilities, job, being overworked, sleep deprived, stressed out, whatever situation you might be in, quitting or being somewhere else than you presently are always seems like a better option. And the truth is, you just got to keep going. It's not going to be pretty, it's not going to be fun, but keep going because you know that if you quit in this moment in time, it is only going to get worse.
Yeah, and it's hard because when it is tough and when things do kind of suck, it is really hard to see or understand like why you're doing it. All you understand or think is how you're currently feeling, right? But that doesn't really give you any sort of answers or push you to get to that spot that you're trying to go. So the easy thing to do is quit. And it's not just in those tough times, but with anything, the easy thing to do is quit. But wasn't it who was it? Who was that? I know you and I have talked about this quote, Gerard. The person that said, um, "Just when I was about to quit is when I kept going, and now I've like made it." You know, who was it that like at 39, all of a sudden they like made it? Wasn't it like the owner of like?
Oh, there's a couple of Jack Ma with
Yeah,
Alibaba. He was, I think it was something out of like 40, 50 individuals that were hired at Wendy's. He was the only one that was denied. And so like or we've talked about Mark Cuban at 29 was working as a bartender. He's a
yeah,
billionaire now. Like
yeah,
if you think of J.K. Rowling, we've talked about her books weren't published until she was well in her 30s. So all of these individuals who have attained success, one, you've got to work hard. You've got to have, a passion for what you're doing. You've got to also, do something that you realize you have a skill in that you're well versed in and that you want to continue to do, and you can't quit. You can't. And I can speak personally. So there are a lot of things that I look at and I'm like, dang, if I hadn't quit on that, imagine where I'd be at today.
and
And
that's
I know everyone does
factor.
that.
Yeah, I know that's my motivating factor for trying to like do some newer stuff and just pushing myself, when I'm like, man, I don't really feel like doing this, or oh, this isn't really like what I want to do. It's like, oh wait, no. Because if I quit now, I don't know where I could have been in 5 years from now if I wouldn't have quit. Or even, 2 weeks, or it's really hard to say, but you'll never know because you quit. And I'd rather at least try and fail miserably than quit and never know. I think the never knowing would be the worst part.
Yeah. I'm gonna quote another great individual. It's funny, he is now, I believe, the highest grossing public speaker of all time, and it's Eric Thomas, ET, if you look him up on YouTube. Um, and he's very like some would say in your face almost, but I think it's done in just the right way. And he has a great saying: don't cry to quit, cry to do better. There are days where you want to cry. You just want to sit down and that's it. I quit. I'm done. You can cry, but cry to do better. And so I think what we can, tell you is just on those days where you feel like quitting, think about why you're doing this, who you're doing it for, what's the reason, what's driving you, and you focus on those things. You don't focus on the failure that you just experienced and how it makes you less than. You focus on the failure as a tool to move on from, to learn from. Because it's the only thing, the only way failure works is when you let your ego get in the way and you let it define you. I'm a failure. Failures, we've talked about that before too. It's the greatest teaching tool there is, but it's just hard to accept. It's hard to keep going when you fail because we fear it, man. Fear failure all the time. But you gotta.
Yeah. No, seriously. It gets hard, it gets hard, but that's when you got to keep pushing. That's when you got to keep pushing. So I don't know if we have like a whole lot of insightful stuff to say, but sometimes it's tough and you just got to keep going. Keep going because it's the right thing to do and it's going to get you where you're trying to go.
So a quick one for y'all on this Monday. If you're starting off with a rough week, if you feel like quitting, if you're heading into your job and you're thinking about telling your boss, don't. Keep going, man. Don't quit. Because in 5 years, remember the spot you're at right now and look back and say, dang, what if I had quit?
Exactly. Once again, thanks all for listening. It's been real. Have a great week. Kick some ass. Thanks for listening to the Iron Breed Podcast.